Hey, what's up? This is the Big Twizz Show, episode 11, Grown Up Conversations. Got some special guests in the building. I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves. Go ahead to the right of me or to the left of me. Where we going? Where we going? Up top. What's your name? Nope, you on mute. Everybody unmute. It's all love.
I'm mute, Danae.
There you
Love
go. There you
Danae.
go. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name's Danae, and I'm calling from Sacramento, California.
Okay, okay, okay. Right under you. Who we got there? Who we got there?
How you
My.
doing?
Oh,
My
what?
my name is Norris, calling from Brooklyn, and looking forward to the conversation.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And last but not least, we got the co-host today. What's up? What's your name? Introduce yourself, girl.
My name is Liz, aka LGD Poet, but also known as Static Liz, right?
Right, right.
Yeah,
That
to
should just be
Tony.
like this, son. That
Yeah,
should be like.
don't be hating. Don't be
You
hating.
good though. You good though. You good though. So you know what? I'm gonna do it a little bit different. I'm gonna just let Liz take control, ask us the questions. What questions you got for us?
Well, okay, so let's just start this way. I am guest co-hosting today. We're gonna just talk about certain things that I just came across TikTok, and I wanted to get you guys' perspective, especially the men's perspective.
Okay.
So I am
All right.
actually in California, Southern California, LA, in my car right now. So excuse myself. Excuse you. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Hmm.
I've had a rough afternoon. But basically, what I want to talk about, or what we want to discuss, is perspective from men as it pertains to, let's say, here's the first question: do you guys think that women need men in their lives? And I want
Who
to
you
hear
got?
from the men's perspective. And now I'll ask, why do you what's what's your behind your name, Turtle Gang?
What's behind my name? Okay,
Yeah.
so my family are descendants. We are Lenni Lenape Cherokee descendants, as well as African and European. But we grew up in our cultural traditions and our territories, so we follow the ways of the turtle. So when I created my company, which is Turtle Gang Edutainment, rather than use Turtle Clan, which is our traditional title, I chose the term gang because I felt like it would be the time we were moving into. I felt like it was something that would be more attractive to the youth, and I could use it to kind of drag them into some educational things in terms of culture. So I attached gang to turtle, and it kind of like for me, when I think of Turtle Gang, I think of our gang. So rather than think of like a menacing gang, think of a gang of kids coming together trying to move through life. So Turtle Gang is the name of my company. It's an educational company that uses uh, art form, media art to teach a history that has probably been left off the table in terms of the hidden. I don't want to say hidden history of America because that sounds too conspiracy driven, but there's stories that have not been told concerning demographics of people, and my company was about giving them a voice. So that's what Turtle Gang is.
I like that. I like that because you're actually trying to take the negative connotation of that term gang and put it into something positive. It is very, from my perspective, at least in the culture, a little bit deceiving for me. But I love
Hmm.
that you're expanding that and trying to change it into something more positive as opposed to what we're
And,
so accustomed to.
and that was the concept of it. You have to understand that I've had this company for almost 20 years. So before the gang was a part of that everyday narrative, you know, I
Right.
was Turtle Gang before that term became so popular. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But I kind of saw where, I mean, we all from the same environments. We know what attracts the kids. So I was just wanted to use that to bring them into something more cultural. And when you look at gang culture and tribal culture, it's very similar. What's missing is the feminine aspect, the matriarchal perspective from gang culture. If you remove the matriarchal aspects, From culture, you get gang culture. If you add it, you get tribal culture. So we're not too far off from who we are. It's just a matter of inserting the right elements, and I think we can help our people without having to destroy the structures that they have. If you can
How are you doing that
understand.
though? How are you
How,
implemented the feminine aspect of it into the with
well,
the turtle gang?
well, we follow traditional ways, and our traditional ways are, like our councils are set up a certain way, the way our culture is set up. So this is not it's not an overnight remedy. It's something that has to do
Mm.
with culture. So when we talk about the feminine aspect, we just more or less talking about. We all know that we all went to grandma's house and not grandpa's house. We know how our families were running. You know what I mean? We know the women had had more of the say so, and the men were more of the, you know what I mean? So we got to get back to that. So what I'm talking about is the village that raised our kids. What's missing is that you don't know that Miss Johnson is your distant aunt. That's the difference. It's the knowledge. So we know that our neighbors could beat us when we was growing up. At least when I was growing up, our
Yeah,
neighbors
right.
could beat us, right? We would say
It's
it
a
takes a
village for
village,
real.
right? But what was lost is that Miss Johnson, who you think is your neighbor, is really your mother's third cousin, and y'all all come from a village that
Well, your
existed in
lineage.
1800s,
Yeah.
right? But you don't understand these things because now here we are I grew up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, not
Mm-hmm.
realizing that these people in my community are not just neighbors, they're family. So that is the matriarchal aspect of it, the knowledge of your kinship, right? Which is through the female blood. This is all dealing with, or the female line, not just the blood. So this is all dealing with indigenous cultures, and reason why we crazy is because we lack our indigenous foundation. So,
So I know we digressed a little bit right there, but I
mhm.
did kind of listen to what you not kind of actually did listen to what you were saying, but that kind of actually stemmed into what the question that I was posing was, do women need men in their lives? And the fact that you're connecting the whole indigenous aspect of behind your turtle gang and your business, do you strongly believe that as women, even in today's culture, need men in their life?
So
And the key word would be need, and in what
yeah,
aspect?
absolutely. So when we look at the relationship of men and women, right, when we take it to the original foundation of it, right, remove all this love and all these layers that we put on top of the relationship. Relationships were primarily based on what? Security, right? Being able to provide, things of
Mm-hmm.
that nature, right? When your tribes were involved in putting people together, they were doing it with the concept of being able to provide, right? Being
Mm-hmm.
able to, like, the whole concept of women being attracted to the man who has the most is really the modern expression of being attracted to the man who can protect you the most, right? Very, very animalistic, very basic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have technology today that allows us to move past the basic of who we are, right? So a lot of people in today's society, does a woman need a man? She don't need a man to pay her bills. She don't need a man to do the functional things in life. But we talking about correcting the wrongs in our societies. Every man needs a woman, and every woman needs a man, and it's no, you know what I mean? They just need to know their place in
That's what
I
it
I
is
do
right there.
our culture.
That's
I
what it is
I
right there.
I agree with that because even though I feel from my own personal perspective, from my opinion, that I do need a man, and I think women do need men because there's certain roles that we play. There's certain roles I've
Of
seen.
course.
A close friend of mine right now who his role as a father is vital in how he's raising his boys, and he's raising them well, in my opinion. He's very involved. But then I've seen other men who are just present there. My dad included. My dad was there physically, but my dad was not there emotionally. My dad was not there in other aspects. He was a provider, but there's more to being a father involved in a person's life, or a father or a man in a woman's life. I particularly
Absolutely.
think that we need strong men, not just as providers, but emotional security, and other aspects. I do believe that we need men. So I do.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
I
definitely. Women are emotional. You know what I'm saying? And the
Men are too.
man is there to calm that down, though. Hey, it's real though. Women are emotional, and we should be there for to calm that emotion down, to help calm that down.
But if you've
That's
never
how I
had
want that.
that, if you've
What's that?
never had, but if you've never had that or experienced that as a woman,
Hmm.
for a man to take on that the role of provider, protector, if you've never had that, and I'm gonna say for myself, I've never had that ever. So in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, that would be amazing. Like, that's the way my mind would work. Like, yeah, I mean, God created man first and then woman, so he could have a companion. In my mind, I'm thinking that in biblical terms that way. So then it's like, yeah, then I do need a man. But from my point of view, I've never had that security. I've always been the one to provide, even with both my marriages. I
Well,
had
it also goes to where though, like it's different layers on that. Like, how are you picking your man? Where are you picking your man?
right,
Are you getting to know this man? Are you rushing something because you feel lonely, or vice versa
right,
with that
yeah,
person? So there's different layers.
yeah,
You can, just like you can take your time with someone and they show they take off their
hmm
mask later on, a year or two or three down the line.
Yep.
right.
So it's taking a gamble.
It is
But
really taking a gamble.
yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. You said something, Tony, where it also depends on who you're selecting, and I think a lot of that goes into you have to go inward and see what it is that you're attracting, what it is that you need to heal, because in essence, even though a lot of people say you are what you attract, I don't always believe that because
I was about to ask you about that. They say that, but I don't know about that though.
I don't necessarily
No.
believe that because I'm not a cheater. I'm not a particular type of way, but for some reason, I've attracted that. But I have chosen now to look at myself and see why is it that I'm allowing to entertain that, as opposed to I'm going to attract. I feel like I'm going to attract all types of people, good, bad, whatever. But it's discerning on who I should allow to come into that space of mine. So then I can go ahead and, I guess, entertain better and
You
then
know
select
what?
better for
Yeah,
everybody.
what you said. I want Norris Turtle Gang to elaborate on that. It's what you allow. Like, what do you allow? How long do you allow it for? It's a trip because when you get in a relationship, y'all move in together, y'all start getting bills together, and then it's like sometimes you take on more of that bullshit because of what y'all when y'all came together, what y'all accumulated, like
hmm
just the situation. Can
And
you
it's not
elaborate on that
50-50.
for me?
It's 100-100.
Right. Turtle Gang, can you elaborate on that for me?
So, are we talking about what this
How
just
much you allow
in
to
terms of what?
putting up with someone, trying to put up with someone?
Okay.
Like, how much bullshit would you?
So I'm
How
gonna be
did you say
honest with
that,
you.
Liz?
But you also have to narrow it down to what's the bullshit.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, right? All this
It is. It
fluctuates,
weighs out.
right? So
Yeah.
I
So
I break
it
it
weighs.
down to being as shallow as possible. All right, let's look at the shallow stuff,
It-
right? Just so you
I'm not
understand.
shallow though. Okay, but
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no,
Look,
no.
No, not you,
we
not
ain't
you
talking
being
about you.
shallow, but just
I don't
as
want
a
nobody to be
society,
shallow,
I
but I
would
just
think,
want, yeah, as just let's just
right?
look at it for
For
what it
now,
is, all right?
like,
If
yeah.
if a woman has a man that has money, you're gonna put up with more stuff from him. If a man has a woman that has the perfect body he wants, he's gonna put up with more stuff from her, and that's just how it goes. So when can we be honest with ourselves,
So,
and then so we can be honest with each other? I think we live in a world now where 90% of the people can't be honest with themselves. So we can enter into all the relationships and agreements we want, but until you're able to be honest with yourself, how are you gonna be honest with the person you with? So
hmm
what are we doing? We're just engaging in physical relationships
and I ain't
because
playing house.
it's a part of society we live in.
Right.
Okay, so how
So
about when we get to the point of being totally honest with ourselves and honest with the other person? Where do we draw that line in as it pertains to actually expanding a relationship or growing a relationship? Like, I understand that I guess there's terms such as like, what are your non-negotiables?
okay,
I
so
don't really know how to drive around that. That's the best way I could explain it. I don't know
yeah.
how to maneuver around those things. I've
All right,
done a lot of the commitment, and I've done it for 20 years, and then I did another situation for like 3 years. So how do you maneuver around those things?
so we have a saying in my community, my neighborhood, we grew up: A alike, B alike, C alike. Right.
Repeat that again.
So A alike, B alike, C alike. Right. So you find people that you're A alike, that you think alike with, and those are the people you're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be with, because those are the people that you see things. Right. So what we
Mhm.
do is we settle for people who are unalike. Why? Because unalikes attract. See?
Opposites
Opposites
attract.
attract. That's what they say.
Yeah. So we're attracted to the things that are unlike us, but is that going to facilitate us, i.e., toxic relationships?
Mm-hmm.
We're attracted to all that stuff, right?
Right.
This is why being honest with yourself allows you to navigate through it. You know what I mean? Like, it really just comes down to, so can you, as somebody who's being honest with yourself, find somebody else who's being honest with themselves and then be honest with each other? That's the problem. Different people come together at different times in different relationships, levels of maturity. All these things is happening,
Right.
There's so many
which is
factors.
why, like,
Like
maybe
just
the
like you
old
said,
way,
being honest with yourself. You know,
yeah,
a lot of people know they're damaged and still want to throw themselves in a relationship. You know, and you
You
know
know
you
what, Tony?
damaged.
When you
You
use
know
that
you
term, a
need,
lot of people.
huh?
Sorry to cut you off. When I heard you
No,
just
you ain't,
use
because you
that
did.
term, okay, I did. Okay, I did.
No,
I'll
but
take that.
it's good
Totally
because
accountable. I'll
you know
take
me.
that.
Hey, you supposed to, because we got, we trying to get in there and get our thoughts. You know I got to mess with you, girl.
Yeah, that's true. We're always going to be honest with each other. Now you said when people know that they're damaged. I hate that term, by the way, because it sounds so negative towards like somebody who's actually, let's say, going through a journey in life. Maybe that's the better term that I like to use, but you can say whatever you want to say. But
hmm
I personally see like that term is such a negative stamp on somebody that nobody will want to be around somebody who's per se damaged. But if people understand that people go through particular journeys in their own individual lives, then we can probably maneuver together and allow somebody the space to grow and
hmm
then inevitably
I feel
change.
you. I feel you, but
So
I think
damage.
words
I
are
like damage.
powerful.
I
I
like
know.
damage because
yeah,
I didn't got out of relationships to where I was damaged. I was emotionally damaged. Women get physically damaged. Damaged. I like that word, but I got you, sis. I got you on that
Okay,
though.
but do you think I need
That's
to be a little bit more real? Do you think women like me who want to hear probably, and this is an honest thing about
Like,
myself, and
dang, girl, you damaged. Like,
no,
that's
no, but
not.
wait. See, and even in this conversation, I can say that I'm learning that perhaps I'm so sensitive to certain terms that I need to actually learn to accept the reality that this world isn't so sensitive to me or anybody else like me. I just
yeah.
have to accept it.
Sooner you
what was you
realize
saying,
that.
Turtle Gang?
So, like, for me, damage is a part of being honest. I know I'm damaged. I know I've been through something. It affected me, and I'm fighting my way back. But
Right.
like, I run into storms. I don't run from it. So when you run into a storm, you deal with it right away. When you run from it, you start to take it personal because now you think the storm is chasing you, when really it's just running this course.
Yep.
Right,
See?
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying that that doesn't negate the fact that some of us understand we've gone through some
hmm
hard times in life. Like I've gone through some hard things, and Tony knows
Right.
the latter part of last year was hard for me, and I went into a different situation, different place. I was, he knows what happened to me, but that doesn't negate the fact that I went through some experiences in life. It's just, I guess, certain words are so
hmm
negative and so branding to somebody, such as like a victim mentality or victim.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like to use victim anymore, or I don't like to use the word. That's just my preference. The word
Mm-hmm.
Right.
change, the word
Absolutely.
change, as opposed to grow,
hmm
because with growth, change occurs.
Absolutely.
Survivor.
So,
You're a survivor.
There you go.
yeah.
I got on my arm resilient because, and I got that tattoo. I sorry to interrupt. I was taking a domestic violence survivors conference, and they asked us to pick one word that meant something to us. And I'm like, oh, it's like one of those questions like, where are you gonna be in 5 years? I'm like, I don't, one word. There's, and then it came to me, resilient. Like, okay, I've 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 allowed myself to, you know, put up with this and that, and I'm a survivor. I refuse to play the victim role, and this is one of my, I love this quote. I'm bent, not broken. Bent, not broken.
Right.
And I have it on the back of my truck because a sticker. It's just, we're gonna be bent. You're gonna bend. You're gonna sway. You're gonna, things are never gonna just be like the straight and. I mean, why would you want?
You're always gonna have your test.
You're always gonna be growing if you choose to. There's always gonna be change. There's always gonna. So even though we may feel broken and have gone through things that may have broken us for a period of time, or we feel, down and out about it, bent, not broken. And that's what I think in my head is like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I got my issues. We all have our stuff, but I would rather know that I can sway and maneuver and bend and make different choices, make different decisions based on the situation, based on the friendship, based on the relationship, however it may be. But I refuse not to be broken.
Again, I'm basically stating it doesn't negate the fact that the situation or whatever happened, or whatever experiences you've experienced. It's just, I guess, a choice of words that we're utilizing when we expressed ourselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. So a lot of times we spend a lot of time talking about how we describe a phenomenon, and we're describing the same phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
So, we all speaking about being in the same place, right? Yeah. So if broken comforts him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, resilient, whatever, but we all talking about the same space, occupying the same space. And that's what's really important. So.
And that's mutual respect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Respect,
yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the next question.
For us, sis? What else you got for us?
The next question. Oh, this one. This one actually was supposed to be the first question.
She's like,
this.
Some of us single women are not in the dating world yet, but when we choose to be, let's say, in the dating world, is it recommended for both men and women to date? I think men more lean on that anyways. Is it better to date multiple people at the same time, or just one at a time? And so let's ask Tony that question, because I'm trying to get the man's perspective. Tony.
Okay. There's like two parts. It's like, if I'm dating Liz, I don't want to know that Liz is out dating hella other men. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm trying to get to know Liz. I don't want to know your business. I shouldn't ask. But then again, on the other hand, it's like, you should tread through the water until you find what you're looking for. You should go out and have fun, and look and keep looking until you find. Just be smart about how you do it. Be smart about how you move. Be respectful to yourself. Keep it 100 with yourself, and I feel like it's okay. But if I'm dating Liz or Danae, I don't want to know y'all dating other.
Right,
but what are we talking about dating? What's dating?
Okay.
I
courting.
Know what date.
Courting.
Courting.
No
okay.
sex. No sex.
Right.
Courting.
You said courting sex or just courting
no sex? Courting, no sex. Out to dinner,
right.
Whatever. Like,
if I'm really into someone though, I don't want to know she's dating other men. What is she getting a dinner out of me tonight, and then going to the movies out of the the next dude? I don't want to know your business. You know what I'm saying? So.
So what about you? Would you be okay with you seeing multiple women, or will you actually only allow yourself to just entertain her, one individual at a time?
It depends on how much I like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just really depends. It gets real expensive for us men to be dating multiple women. You know, that
Mm-hmm.
shit get a little bit ridiculous. But it depends on how I like you. You know what I'm saying? Seeing how your vibe is. A lot of women don't have morals these days. It's bad, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna do what I do, but I ain't gonna let you know. I ain't gonna let the right hand know what the left hand doing. So
Right.
that's where I'm at
But
with it.
would you judge? Would you judge the person? Like, say you're very interested in, and then you find out that she's dating multiple people.
I mean, would I
What if she was
judge
just
her
dating
if I
one other
found
person?
out? Huh?
What if
What'd
she
you
was
say,
just dating
Janelle?
one other person? Like dating you and just one other person, not like two, three, four.
Would I get upset if I found out the woman that I'm dating is dating multiple men at the same time?
But what does dating look like to you in that scenario?
If you're talking about courting, I don't, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. It gets
It
just so.
depends on how I feel about her. You know what I'm saying? It really depends.
Okay,
It
can
just
I ask
really
you? This
depends.
is like kind of like
Let's ask Turtle Gang that shit.
okay.
I
Well, then
don't know. What's
can I
up?
pose this question to
Yeah.
both of you, to the gentlemen?
Okay.
What exactly is courting?
I don't know. Is courting like exclusively dating
Dating
somebody and
no
they're exclusively
sex.
dating you, or is courting just I've taken you out and wherever it goes, like I
Danae,
I'm
kind of
asking
No.
you.
answer that,
I'm asking you
Danae.
guys what
I
courting
missed
is.
that.
Courting back in the day meant it was one person that was committed to you, no sex. In fact, they used to remember, they used to put you in the zippers for you, and then the black ink. If you went to kiss the girl,
Girl, what the
they
hell is
knew
you
that you
talking
had
about?
black
I
ink.
don't know what
I'm
you're
No, you
talking
going
telling you.
about.
somewhere else. You
I'm
go.
not gonna
I'm
ask you.
serious.
No,
I'm not
not
gonna
we
ask
don't
you.
No,
want to know about that shit.
that's how
Just
it
what we talk,
started.
what we're meaning right now.
That's how courting started. I'm just
Oh,
saying that
okay.
that's the background of it.
I never courted.
Oh, okay.
So there was no touching. You couldn't touch. You couldn't see the
Hey, wait
female's
a minute.
body from here
Wait a
down.
minute. Wait a minute. Hey, Norse is one of the, I swear to God, is one of the smartest men I know. Negro, you know what courting is. You
No,
ask this fool, he's a
He
dictionary.
just said he just.
He's an
said I
I can
never
encyclopedia.
tell.
courted.
He
I
I
can
is. He
never
tell.
really
courted.
is.
No, I
Okay.
said I never courted. That was like my father courted my. Nah, he didn't even court my mother.
What
My
did he do?
grandfather courted my grandmother.
There you go. That's what
That's
I'm
the last
saying.
bit of courting done in my family because my father had 16 kids. He
I
Right.
ain't
don't
court
even know what
And
that
nobody.
he's
shit
like,
is.
oh, I like. I want to. I'm. Yeah.
So I was never taught to court.
I don't
I
think
could
that
ball
people
though.
court these
You take
days.
it to the court. How about that? That's all. Talk
I don't
about
even want to
court.
do that.
That's what we talking about.
I don't think
Okay, so then
there's much of that.
how
So
would
the
how do
question
you
is what
guys
again, Liz? Would we
that
what?
the original question, because I started with now I want to know what, since you both of you gentlemen, Mr. Turtle Gang, said he didn't court, how would you attract a woman, and how did you, Big Wiz, attract your woman?
Did you
How
call
did
me
you,
Big Wiz?
Big Twist? Sorry.
Big Wiz!
Oh my
Oh
gosh, you're
my
so funny,
gosh,
yo.
that was so
You
funny.
too
He
much.
said Big Wiz.
It's the
You know what
static
she's thinking
hairdo.
about.
That's the amateur. That's the amateur
Me
comedian
and
in me.
Nancy
Okay.
cracking up, yo. Shout out to my engineer Nancy, fancy Nancy.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to
That's funny.
Nancy.
Oh,
Okay, so the question is, say it again, please.
The original question or the one that I
The
posted
one
down
you
this
just
right now?
asked. That shit was funny, Big Wiz.
I
I'm gonna have a
can't
Big
stop
Wiz in a minute.
laughing.
Shit, I'm gonna have to go Big Wiz in a minute drinking all this water. But what was your question?
How did you guys, if you have a significant other already, I know you do, Big Twiz, how
Right.
did you basically attract her and made her your significant other? And the same question would be to Mr. Turtle Gang. Do you have one, and how did you do that? Since you said you did in court.
How I did.
Um,
I'm gonna let my big bro go first.
all right. So for me, growing up, I have to be completely honest. Like I ain't start dating probably till I went to college. Just being honest. All right. So all that 13 years old and all that, I ain't got none of them stories. I was square. I was a sport dude. I ain't start doing. You know what I mean? I played ball, like quiet, did my work, didn't get caught up in a lot of things. That's why all my friends have kids 10 years older than my kids, my son. You understand? Like
Right.
real talk. So, for me, meeting women was usually as organic as it can be. I don't run down. I don't catcall. I don't be in the club trying to pick
Right.
you up. If we don't meet in an organic setting, it's probably not going to happen for me. You know what I mean? And because of that, I don't have a laundry list of women. You know what I mean? I don't got a whole bunch of bad situations, but the situations I was in kind of mean a lot. See what I'm saying? So I can look at 3 relationships in my life that all meant something, right? Third one being my ex-wife, and we just met because we had common things. I let the universe take care of that. I don't push. You know what I mean? I'm not a wolf, so I might not be the best to talk to when it comes to quote unquote. You know what I mean? Picking up women or the approach. You know what I'm saying? I don't move like that.
That's great. I like
not
to
me.
see all types of men and how you guys engage with people in the opposite sex, because it's kind of refreshing to see that
Mhm.
there are men out there that don't necessarily go out there and have multiple women
Yeah.
and do all of these.
If I could just tell you, so just to give you a picture, my grandmother had 16 kids, 3 boys. So I come from a family of women controlling everything. You know what I'm saying? My my mother, my mother and my father didn't stay together, so I was raised by my mother, raised by my aunt. So I know that I have a overwhelming amount of respect for women. Almost on some levels growing up, I probably had too much respect for them because I was respecting women the way I respected my elders. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm respecting the girls I grow up with in school the way I'm respecting my elders. So when
Damn.
I say too much, I'm saying from that perspective.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're not my grandmother. Feel me? Like, but I still have that overwhelming amount of respect for women because I see that.
That's
I come from
admirable.
a different kind of background though. So I just kind of want you to kind of understand, like we had a little different ways about how we, you know what I mean? Like the women were everything to us. So
And that's not really typical these days.
yeah,
It's rare,
definitely
very
not.
rare to come by.
My
And
dude's
Like
a
all
the
special
only
dude,
reason I
man.
have that
Hey,
expression is the only
hey,
reason
my
I have that
dude's a special
expression.
dude, man. I ain't
I
talking
I
about
I
little bus
I can
either.
tell. I can
I'm not
tell.
talking about little bus either. That's a great dude right there.
I
And the
can
only
tell.
reason I have that expression is because I don't think there's such thing as too much respect for women. You should have just men and women should have respect for each other. Period.
I agree with you, but I shouldn't be looking at a woman in the party twerking and feel like I can't talk to her because I respect her the way I respect my grandmother. See what I'm saying?
That's
That's all I'm
admirable.
saying. Like she
Yeah.
is in the party twerking. That's all I'm
He's not
saying.
going to be attracted to somebody who's going to be doing those types of things.
Yeah. So it's not that like that sounded crazy. That's not what I mean.
No,
Like
no,
I'm just saying, in levels of respect, you earn your keep. Feel me?
Hmm.
And everybody should be made to earn, you know what I mean, a certain level of respect from you. That's all I'm saying. And maybe I didn't hold women accountable to their own. See what I'm saying? I was just
Hmm.
giving them you're a woman, let me,
But that
and
speaks a lot about you as a man, which is why I keep on saying that's a very admirable characteristic to have, because you have. I'm assuming that you have a lot of respect for yourself.
yeah, I mean, I'll be alone before I'll be with somebody I don't want to be with. So yeah, like,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Thank
but
you.
what else? I mean, I don't know. I'm an only child. I never had a problem being alone. So a lot of other people have a problem being alone. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
how they deal with it is how they deal with it. I just know I
right?
never had that problem.
Right?
If that
And,
answers the
and I
question.
don't think you answered the question, the original question, because we totally digressed here and there.
Mhm.
If it's suggested from your perspective to date multiple people at the same time,
All right,
both men and women.
once again, I'm probably the wrong person to ask this. Like, I dated two women at one time in my life, and like it was probably the biggest debacle in my life. You know what I'm saying? So all that juggling and that's never been me. I'm once I text somebody sent, that's all I'm focused on. I'm not all that
Yeah, but how
peripheral
long
stuff.
did it take you to realize that? Because for me, if I'm dating two different guys, I don't feel like if we're just dating and we're just getting to know each other, I don't need to tell either one of them about the other one unless I'm sleeping with both of them.
Yeah, yeah. I don't date. I don't date. I wait around
I
for
want
years
to.
to
I
flirt
want
with
the. I
somebody.
want the whole. Let me get to know you. In reality, I
Yeah,
want
I
that.
do that.
Let me get to talk to one person. Let me get to focus on that one person. I would love for that to happen, and I've done that many of times, and it ends up being where it's like, okay, now I've just, I thought it was taking, I'm taking time to get to know this person. We've been talking for a couple months. We've been hanging out, and then all of a sudden, it's like things change, and it's like I could have, there was somebody else that I was also interested at the time I met that person, and now that person, the other person that I was interested in, is now gone because I spent so much time putting all this, my effort and everything into this other person, only to figure out like that's not that wasn't going to be a long-term relationship when I really thought it was. I was led to believe that it was going to be a long-term relationship. So now I feel like I just gypped myself because why
Or
not?
just
Why
it just
not?
wasn't meant for
She
you
said, "I'll
though.
keep
And
them
it just
hoes on the
really
side." That's what
Yeah.
she said.
That's not
She said,
what.
"I'll keep them
So
hoes on the
this is another
side."
way to look at it, right? So growing up, this is how the older men taught us younger men. He said, "Listen, it's 9 planets in the solar system. The sun got 9 planets, only one Earth.
Mhm.
Every planet has got its own orbit, right? And as long as they stay in their perfect orbit, none of them planets will collide. So if you can maintain your universe and your planets don't collide, then right. But as soon as them planets start colliding, you out of order and it's your fault. So we was
There you
taught that you
go.
can have as
My
many
planets
women
don't
as
collide.
you're responsible for.
She said, "I'm a
That's
pimp, bitch.
you
My
know what I'm
planets
saying?
don't
So
collide, bitches."
that's yeah. So if you can keep your planets from colliding, that's you. I'm not. It's one Earth, and I focus on that Earth.
There you
That's how
go.
I look at it.
What
But
about
I'm
you,
aware of the other
Liz?
planets, though.
Right, right.
and
What
and I
about you, Liz? Is it? Do you? What do you think about that? Do you think it's okay to date? Now we're not talking about sex, but
okay.
do you think it's okay to like have
Court.
multiple, little friends?
um
You
this is
know,
what I will say this. I respect everybody's decision, individual decisions to do what they want to do. Per Personally for me, I can only pay attention to one person at a time, and I choose to pay attention to one person at a time. I did it when I was involved in a relationship for 20 years. That was my person for 20 years. Then after that, another person for 3 years. I do not know, and I don't have the energy to give energy to spread myself thin to multiple people. I just um, entertain and give my all to see where it really goes with one particular person at a time.
you boring. Next question, Nick Rowe.
No, that's just the
I'm just
truth.
messing with you.
Y'all
I
don't
got
make
mess with you, little
They
y'all
sis.
make
they all fall in
She-
love. When I do give them my time, they all eventually like who I am, and I like who they are, because as Turtle said earlier, it's like there's this like minded particular things that we get along, but then there's certain things that we won't always get along with. We are
right.
different individual people. We're authentically who we individually are. We can respect that, move forward, and love and respect each other.
No, like you said,
That's
that's
fine.
admirable. That's cool. I feel either way is cool. Either
Yeah,
way
but
is
it's like
cool.
I said, to each
Just
their own.
Just
respect that
Yeah,
from
just
from your
direct
I
wife.
don't.
yourself the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just you
I
know.
don't judge anybody. What you do before coming into somebody's life is on them. But
Yeah.
this is something that people. This is something I had to learn. Right. I was taught that. Okay, so think of yourself as like, okay, you a sun that shines. You got your own shine, right? You always gonna shine, but sometimes you might not shine as bright. So if I'm talking to a woman and I know she'll date to talk to multiple women, her shine ain't gonna be as bright on me. And at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I'm not. No, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that. I'm not.
She putting
You know what
herself
I'm saying?
in. Yeah, yeah. You're not getting
Yeah,
all of
yeah. Like,
yeah.
cause I don't feel like I'm a little like I ain't gonna say conceited or nothing, but I don't feel like it's like every man should feel that way. Another man ain't gonna bring what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is equal or better. Right? If you're not dealing with somebody that's equal or better, you know what I mean? And I see how dudes move out here. Whether they got money or they don't got money, I know ain't too many of them moving righteously. So you're not gonna have me exchanging energy with somebody who I know ain't righteous. See what I'm saying? Like, because we
Right.
both dealing with the same person, that means our energies is going to be at some point overlapping, and I don't want none of that. And I don't want him giving you a hard time, then you come and now we
Yeah.
arguing about something that he did to you.
And you know
You know
what?
what
At the
I'm saying?
same time, if we like someone, we're gonna let them know right away, hey, I like you, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna establish how we feel, what we want to get out of this right away. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure Norris is the same way. Like, hey, you know what? I like you. I ain't tripping about no other chicks, but I want to, see where this can go. You know,
You
you
know,
just
But
our
establish.
motto.
we'll definitely. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I
that's
was gonna
that's
say,
it. Oh,
But
that's
I,
you,
I want
P.
to say just we're definitely going to respect the way that Danae, has her way of dealing
No,
with
I
dating
understand her
multiple
way
people.
too. No, I
no,
understand her way too.
I listen. That's the thing.
I like her
My
way. Shit.
my
All
son's my
right.
son's mother.
Girl, are you crying?
Why are you crying?
Why you
What's
crying?
I mean,
wrong?
go ahead. It's an open
Oh no.
platform.
Yeah, we
We're
need
here
to
to
hear it.
listen. Go ahead.
What's up? You okay? What's going on with you? What's
So,
up?
so I met a guy almost a year ago,
Hmm.
Okay.
and total gentleman,
Hold
like
on,
the
Danae, take a deep breath real quick. Take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. Yeah.
So I was out one night with one of my best girlfriends, just hanging out, having a girls' night. And I didn't plan on meeting anybody, and I ended up meeting this guy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like total sweetheart, like cowboy hat, just very attractive, very gentleman, total gentleman. And he said to me, I would love to take you out on a date. Can I have your number? So I gave him my number, and the next day he messaged me and said, I'm really glad I met you last night. I think you're beautiful. Um, I would love to take you to dinner. He's like, I'm not trying to sound desperate, but are you free tonight? It was, happened to be a Friday night. And I said, you know what? I am available. We had the best time. And we spent 6.5 months dating. But I knew by like our second date, in my head, I was like, I want to marry. Like my goal, I want to marry this guy. Like just all the morals, the value, just it was like, where did this guy come from? I've been, praying for somebody like him and
So
six and a
you
half.
took all your walls down because how you felt, how he made you feel. It made you take your walls down and just leave yourself wide open.
Just for him.
Right.
I even stopped dating somebody that I had started dating 10 years ago. Like everything. I cut everything off for 6.5 months. And then 6.5 months goes by, and we started spending less time together, and I was like, he's working, whatever. And come to find out, he ended up telling me that he was going to take a trip to Southern California around Thanksgiving this last year, and was going to try to talk to a gal that he had used to date a couple years ago, and was thinking about getting back together with her. So
it was just pretty much like
he ended up going to Southern California to talk to her, and then moved her here, and they still live together, even though.
So you feel like you wasted your time?
I don't feel like I wasted my time, and I feel not that I wasted my time. This motherfucker can't leave me alone, by the way.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait. You say he can't leave you alone. So now that he has this woman back here, are you still entertaining him? Keep it real.
I will still let him take me to dinner. I'll still let him take me to lunch. I'll still let him buy me stuff.
I think Big Twizz's expression is very, very loud.
Hold on. We're friends?
We're friends.
You said, hey, you made me feel so good. Then you went down to LA, brought a bitch back. But we still friends, though. What?
I've tried to like literally stop talking to him, and he just shows up at my door. Let's go to lunch.
So you like, okay. What the fuck? Did I just hear that?
But my point is that I put my time, and I'm a single mom of 3, full time. I don't get a break.
Okay, yeah, wrap this. I want to know.
And you know what? I should have stopped talking to him the minute that he brought her back here. And you know what? Now we all go to the same church.
Okay, so then
anyway, moving on.
Yourself, you go. Well, you brought us into this now, so we're gonna.
So 6.5 months into it,
so
he's now going back to. So I spent 6.5 months of my life introducing him to my children.
Oh, and the children too.
Him buying gifts for the children. Him paying for things for the children. And then you bring her back after 6.5 months, and I'm like,
Danae.
Yesterday we were together, and now today she's moved here.
What are you gonna do now?
Oh, I'm trying to date other people. I don't know. I'm trying to date somebody.
Maybe you should just take some time to yourself.
Well, that was a while ago.
So we're not
that was 6 months ago.
So
well, 6 months. Being affected by it, so you have to.
I think you should do whatever you truly want to do in your heart and not worry about what nobody else says. That's what I truly think. I'm just be honest with you. Whatever you fit, if you fit, like this is the thing. This is what I mean when I say being honest with yourself. You know how many times I've sat there and said, I'm not calling her.
Yeah.
And then call her. Just be honest with yourself. Listen.
I ain't gonna lie. I have nothing to hide.
You gonna go through what you gonna go through. Love hell or right. You gotta go through hell to get to heaven.
I'm not in love with him no more. I don't love him.
Dude. Hey, if anybody asks, that's my ninja.
I'm just saying you're gonna have to go through it. You gotta crawl before you
That's
can walk.
Right.
It is what it is. Like, this is what I mean when I say being honest with yourself. If being honest means laying in that bed for a week feeling sorry for yourself, it ain't the best thing for you. Everybody gonna tell you not to. But if that's what it takes for you to get through that, then you get through that and keep it moving. That's being honest.
I agree, but sometimes we have to rip that damn bandage, and I've done that. I've done that. Sometimes I had to just rip that shit. Excuse my language. Rip that off. I'll be like, it hurts like hell.
That's why you gotta have good friends around you.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit though, but like he said, you gotta do what makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Just it's something that happened in your life. Take it as a blessing and learn from it. Maybe sometimes don't take that wall down. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't know how to not do that.
Well,
so let me say this about that. let me say this about that. Don't ever feel bad about being a good person, being a righteous person, even
That's right.
if it left you wanting, even if it left you
That part.
getting the short end of the stick. If you the righteous person and you did the right thing, not just by you, but by that person as well,
Yeah.
and just know that, because listen, in 10 years, 15 years, all
It's
these
not gonna
people
matter.
are going to realize, damn, everybody realizes their mistake.
Yep.
It's a matter of time, but they all going to realize it.
Yep.
So when they look back and go, damn, that girl ain't never really did nothing wrong to me. Like,
Yeah, I was
they
about to
may
say,
never
did
tell
she
you
do
that.
He
anything
tells
wrong?
me.
No.
He tells me to this
No.
day, you didn't do anything wrong. He's like, I just realized that I decided I want to make things work with her. But I think you're
I mean,
gorgeous. I think you're
at least he
a
was
sweet.
honest with you. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
but he wasn't honest with me at first. I ended up finding out for myself because I saw a
Oh,
picture of
really?
them together. I was like,
Well,
oh,
you know
we
what? It
get
is
you
what it is.
here.
Just learn what is
Yeah.
the
Like
tell me this.
toxic,
Tell
I'm
me
trying
this,
to tell
Danae.
you.
Danae.
Yeah.
What is the lesson that you learned from that situation?
My lesson that I learned is I choose to not just date one person at a time.
And if that works, if that's what makes
There
you
you
feel
go.
good and makes you feel, then that's perfect for you. And don't let nobody
I
take
can
that from you.
decide for myself if I want to make the time and who I want to make the time for.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right, girl. That's right, Gina. That's right, girl.
And neither one of them has to know about each other because that's my business. That's my life.
Right.
We're taking the next step to where it's
And
like, okay, we're not just dating anymore. Now we are gonna be in a committed
uh,
relationship. When it gets
now
to
check
that
this out.
point, then there is just gonna be one.
Now check this out. Just like you have the freedom to make that decision and that call for yourself, whoever you dating has the freedom to make the call for themselves. If they find out you dating somebody else,
Oh, they know.
I don't want to deal with you no more.
Oh,
And
they
then
know
you can't be
though.
mad at that. Everybody is free to do the right
they,
thing. And if
they
we can
don't
all
have a
get to
problem.
that,
They might have
we
a
be
problem
good.
deep down, but they
No,
still.
I'm just saying that the same way you like, I don't think I should have to tell them.
Yeah.
On the same token, you got to respect if they find out and say, I don't like that you didn't tell me. See what I'm
If
saying?
they say that to me, then we can have that discussion, and I
That,
will
that's
be
all.
open to what they have to say. But so far, I've dated two guys. They've even met each other,
Now I'm
knowing
gonna tell
I
you,
haven't.
I'm gonna tell you, dudes is wolves. All that shit don't
Sounds
mean.
weird.
I'm gonna let you know. That shit don't mean nothing to dudes. They wolves.
And it's not like I'm sleeping with either one of them. I'm just saying, like, yeah, he took me to
You
dinner
ain't
on
giving up a
Wednesday,
booty
and
cheek.
you
Not
can take
one.
me. You get to
Not
Oh
take me to
two.
no.
dinner on Friday.
No booty cheek.
Well, I think overall what we're basically all stating is we're all gonna do what is best for our individually ourselves, and
I
then we're
don't
gonna
like it.
respect
I don't like it.
everybody, and then we're all gonna respect whatever everybody else chooses to do, as long as you're honest to yourself and to others.
There you
I
go.
think,
And
I
I'm
think that.
honest with
There you
them.
go. That part.
I'm honest with them. I tell them, you're
Moving
not
on
the
to the
only
last
person taking me
question.
to dinner.
Right. Right.
You want to continue to take me to dinner? Let's go out. What are we having tonight? Sushi or
I
In and
heard
Out?
that.
And you know, wolves got teeth. That's all. So don't like you know. Wolves got
But
Nowadays,
see,
teeth.
I don't.
they know about each other. I'm not keeping it
No,
like
I ain't talking about.
hidden.
They're not gonna fight each other. I'm just saying they want to bite something eventually.
They
Men
I
have their
are
got one
chance.
booty cheek. He
men
got
are
the other booty
accumulative.
cheek.
Men are accumulative. All that shit add up.
So what we
Man,
got, Liv?
Okay,
What
next
we
question.
got?
I'm sorry, I got a little emotional about it
LGB poet.
because
What?
I said I
What?
got a little bit emotional about it because
No, you
I just
good.
spent 6.5 months with this person that I really wanted to marry, and I thought that it was going that direction, and I literally got the everything ripped out from under me.
Girl,
It's
I
a
thought you was
blessing. I
having
mean,
allergies or something. Shit, I thought you had
count
some
it.
eye boogers in your eye. I was like, what the fuck? Are you crying? Ain't no crying on the Big Twist show. Ain't no crying in
It's
I
baseball.
it's a
tried not
blessing in
to.
You
disguise,
good.
though.
You good, though. You
At
good.
least
You
it
good.
wasn't a year or more, so it's a blessing in disguise.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you
You don't
Could have
straight
been
want
could
you
have
good.
been
want to be
4
20 years
years.
down the line
Well,
and be like, damn, this wasn't for me.
Oh, I
Anyway,
know it's not for me now, but you can still take me to lunch.
I heard that. What we got, Liz? What we got, Liz?
the
Last
last
question. What we
the
got?
last the last question is: do you think that a successful woman who wants to settle down in a masculine and in a relationship and let the man lead, be a masculine man, do you think that she could easily surrender to her partner or man completely? And will
Read
you
that
allow?
again. Read that
My
again.
my question. So essentially, what I'm basically saying is, or asking, a successful woman who has everything, do you think that she can easily just surrender her independence to a masculine man? You know, because it's hard for us to just surrender once we. It goes back kind of to like the first question about needing a
Right,
man,
right,
but
right.
I can. It would take me. It would be a transition for me.
Really,
I
I
know
feel
one
like
thing.
explain,
Okay.
Danae.
who you
Explain.
want, to get that question.
Let's let Danae answer that one because she is the woman who has to basically decide if she can go ahead and
Right.
fully surrender to a man who wants to be masculine in the relationship and lead.
Okay.
Right. Uh, I mean, I would love to have some knight in shining armor show up and say, "Hey, baby, I'm gonna provide. I'm gonna be your protector." But I in the real world, that doesn't exist for me. I do pretty much, everything on my own. So even now, when a man wants to open a door for me, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, we're going out or we're hanging out, even just as a friend, like opening my door for me. I think that's great. At the same time, it's like in my mind, I'm thinking, am I supposed to open my own door, or are they gonna open my door for me? And that
Can you
question,
submit though? Can you submit to a man that makes less money than you? Can you submit to him?
That wasn't the
he's gonna make
question.
more
It was
money than me anyway.
a man who actually wants to take that leadership.
That wants to take that leadership.
Yes,
Could you submit if you made more money than him?
yes.
Okay.
It would take an adjustment.
It'll take an adjustment.
Period.
Don't you feel like that's the order of how it should be? Do you feel like
It
that?
should.
Let me put it that way.
Yes,
That's the order,
absolutely.
right?
It should be that way. Unfortunately, in my world, it has not been that way. Even in my marriages,
Okay.
I've
Well,
been
good.
the person that sometimes did everything. I couldn't rely on that other person,
What about you,
even to be
Liz?
a father to our children. It's
Right.
I don't know if
What
you guys
about
can
you,
still hear me
Liz?
clearly. Can you guys still hear me clearly?
hmm
Hmm.
I actually would love to
my
submit
dogs.
in a very feminine way to a man, fully. And I guess the word submitting is so, it's looked at such negatively in certain to certain people. For me, it's like just loving, allowing the man to lead in a very respectful, whatever way, as long as we can go ahead and be partners and he can respect me, mutually
Mhm.
respect each other in what we have to say and what we have to do as a team. I can definitely, and I will love that because I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted to
Right.
have to deal with it on my own. I was the provider for a long time, and it's not always monetarily. It's about like emotional connection. It's about mental connection. Do we have the same goals? Can we work as a team to move forward together? So yes, I would love something to. It will not be hard for me, but it has to be the right person.
And you can make more money than the person, right? You can, right? That's not a
Well,
problem
the
for you,
problem
right?
that's not the problem. That wasn't even
Okay.
actually the question. It's like, can the woman submit? Can we submit after once we make a lot of money? Can we actually relinquish that? Can we relinquish that? A lot of us can, a lot of us cannot because we have not been allowed to be feminine enough in a relationship to be able to trust a man enough to do that. So,
Yes.
can you guys, a masculine, true masculine man, can you actually create an environment where us women who truly want to be feminine surrender to you guys and then let you lead? I don't think a lot of women out here
Yeah.
really want to go ahead and take that masculine role that a lot of us have been forced to do. I don't like
Right.
being, and I'm not talking about I'm gonna cuss you out. I don't do that. I'm like I've had to
Yeah,
be
I'm about to
masculine
say,
in
how are you
aspects
making
of my life.
our environment? Because you know that women are emotional, and the way y'all think and the way we are different. So how are you how,
So
how is
hold
the
up.
environment you're creating for me? Go ahead, T.
Can I offer perspective?
Yeah, definitely.
So we live in We live in a patriarchal society, right?
Mhm.
Right, but that's society. That's how society is molded. That's not how the universe works. That's not how real things in life work, right?
Mhm.
So when we talk about relationships, relationships are 100%, right? 100% ain't 50-50. It could be 99-1. It could be
Right.
70-30, and it's going to fluctuate throughout the relationship, right?
Yep.
So as long as it's 100%, that's what the end goal is. Now, this is the thing. When we talk about a woman submitting, as a woman, you should never submit to a man. As a man, you should never submit to a woman. Y'all should submit to the union of the two. So me, I don't submit to my woman. We submit to us, to our relationship. Meaning, you got your room, I got my room. We meet in the hallway. Our relationship's in the hallway. It ain't in my room. It ain't in your room. So now we're submitting to that, not each other. And that's where the 70-30, 50-50, 20-80, that's where all that come in at different times. So,
Mhm.
nah, I don't need a woman to submit to me no more than I'm going to submit to her, because we're going to submit to something greater than both of us, which is our family, which is manifested in the children. That's when you get the picture,
Right.
like, oh, shit. So,
And
yeah.
check this out.
Yeah.
With you saying that, it's like I'm not a person I'm not a controlling type person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If a woman submits to me, it makes me want to do that back to her. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's a being
That's
nice
it.
thing. People take that word submit and be like, like it's you're ruling with an iron fist. That's not it. That's not my character, and that's
Right.
what
I
a
don't get
woman
to
needs
be
to
myself
find
anymore.
out.
I'm
That
now gotta be
Yeah,
the. I
nah,
now
yeah.
yeah.
no,
It
no,
just,
no, no. I don't. Nah. This ain't no pimps and hoes. You know
Nah,
what
it
I'm
ain't that.
saying? This is exactly this is exactly what Nor said. You know, this ain't no pimps and hoes type shit.
Like, this,
So
this, is what it,
go ahead.
this is what it looked like for me when I was married. My wife would wake up at 3 in the morning and say, go get me a cup of water. Wake me up. I'm asleep. She could wake up, tell me go get a cup of water.
Like kiss my ass.
I'm gonna be like, damn, but I'm gonna go get that water. You understand? So
but it's
this
the
is
way
what
she says it, right? Or the way you say it, though.
no, but this is the thing. When when you know somebody and you're with somebody and you know their character, you got to give them the freedom to be who they want. So you want the freedom to wake me up at 4 in the morning to say go get you a cup of water, and you should be able to me be like, oh damn, why?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
fart
get it.
in the blanket and I'm gonna put the blanket over her head and I'm gonna take my ass right back to sleep.
Well, I'm gonna go get it, and then I'm gonna fart in the blanket. How about that?
Bloop bloop bloop.
Get your
But
water and take it.
it's all for me. Even if you're being yourself, it's all in the approach. Like if my man were to be like, "I'm thirsty, go get me some water" at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna be like, "You can't you can't ask me. Say, babe, I'm thirsty. Can you please go get me some water?" If you can't be talk to me like that, I don't care how long we're together. If I would like my man, for me,
Now, I didn't say she would wake up and be mean and say it, but the fact that you would wake up and wake me up to ask me to go get it,
Right,
right?
right,
And
right,
guess
right,
what? I'll do that because you're my wife.
right. And
Like,
ain't
well,
nothing
of
wrong with
course.
that.
yeah,
Ain't nothing
it ain't
wrong with
But
that.
if
like
she were to wake up and be like, you know what, I'm thirsty. Go get me something to drink.
oh, it ain't that. It's
I'm
that you
not
know
going to
what?
get out of my bed
But shouldn't
to
no
go get you
man
something to drink,
actually
and you're
do
going to
that?
talk to me like that.
I'm speaking from a perspective of my wife asking me. Shouldn't no man wake up and
You
tell
just
his
said
woman to
ask.
go
Thank
a cup of
you.
water? He can go get his own self. I'm saying my wife saying, "Can you go get me a cup of water?"
But you
Yeah, no
said ask.
problem.
You did a
It's
minute
it's
ago.
it's like
It was you were demanding.
No, I said she could
no.
tell me. I didn't say
He wasn't
demand.
saying
I
that.
said she could tell me.
I'm
Tell
gonna
you
kick her in the
ask.
back. I'm gonna
He
kick
he
her
didn't
ass
say
out the
Tell
that.
me.
bed.
Ask or
He didn't
tell.
say that.
I said
Ask or
tell.
tell.
I
I
said
think his
tell, which
point.
is not demand.
He's very clear in what he's saying from my understanding. It's basically you're there for each other. You're
You are
for
Right.
there for each other.
the marriage, for the union of growth, not for dictatorship. And if you
Yeah.
are in a situation or ever in a situation where somebody's demanding in the way that you're expressing it, then you shouldn't be in that situation because that's not
Yeah.
healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Well,
the
So
only reason,
I've stayed
hey, the
stuck in
only
situations
purpose,
a lot longer than I should
you
have.
know
I should
what?
tell you that right now.
The only purpose we have is to help. other people
we
in life, period.
respect.
You know, and if I see people respect their homeboys more than they respect their women.
And I don't like that.
That's something that we
That's
should
some
talk
cold
about
shit.
because I've seen that with some guys.
That's some cold
Not
shit.
me, like
I don't like that at
You know
all.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
my woman is my best friend. She my enemy sometimes. Then sometimes I'm in love with
Really?
her. Sometimes I'm not. You know, it's up and down, man. It's always something. But we rock together. You know, we do for each other. I mean, it's just. I think it's in all of our nature to do for our significant other. You know,
It is, you know.
we're here. We're put on this planet to help each other. Period. So.
Yeah.
But I think it's all in the way you do it also. Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm upset with you right now, I'm giving you the silent treatment. That's what I'm saying.
Bullshit. What
That shit happens. That's
shit.
all
I ain't
this shit.
talk to your ass for a minute. I'm gonna put you on punishment. Because one thing.
Now I'm being punished.
A lot of times though, a woman can see a man being kind, being nice, doing everything, and you're gonna look at us as a feminine or on your level, and it'll
No.
make you look at a man like, oh man, he's a pussy, or he's this.
Oh,
he's
he's just
that.
being my bitch. No, I would never look at somebody.
I said a lot of women. So, you know,
I
why
personally-
you looking like that, Liz? You got something to say?
I would never talk to my
Because
man
you
like
want
that.
a masculine man.
I would
You know
never
what I'm
even
saying?
think that
Some
way.
of y'all take that kindness for weakness.
No, not me.
Y'all heads
Nope.
is
I
fucked
mean,
up.
when I see the
Not me.
kindness, the genuine kindness, I appreciate that because I don't see that around a lot.
Yep.
I don't
Really?
know. I haven't been around a lot of men, so, or I haven't dated or been in a relationship. I was a committed 20-year relationship, and it just went south because I was always there, always the person. But then when I had to step up to become a masculine to some degree, like this is what I'm talking about.
What did you do that was wrong, though? What
No.
were your flaws in that relationship? Because
You
a lot
asked
of
me
women
the wrong
always say,
question.
"I did this, I did that." What was
come
your
on, bro.
flaw?
You know, women don't.
You
do
can't.
nothing.
You can't. There's no answer to
You said,
that.
well, hold
What
on,
did
wait
you
a minute,
say? What did you
Danae,
say?
Liz, hold on,
I want to
y'all.
hear what.
Yeah, what did you say, Norris?
Now you know women don't do nothing wrong. Everything is
Yeah,
our fault.
exactly.
That's not
Nothing at
true.
all.
That's
It's
not true.
absolutely
That's-
true. Absolutely true.
Or is
And
that
won't apologize for
that's
shit.
not true? That's not
They'll
true.
apologize by being nice or doing
That's not
something
true.
nice,
Now,
but
some
they
people
would
know
not
how to take,
apologize.
some people know how to take accountability, but some people are in situations or have been in situations where narcissistic individuals actually manipulate.
Yes,
Therefore,
that's
it's a very
correct.
toxic situation. So therefore, I can take accountability for my roles, and some of them unbeknownst to me until later on in the years that I go back in retrospect and recognize them a little bit better. But if you're not aware of what your toxic traits are when you're just involved in the relationship, somebody much older, somebody who has psychological background, from my perspective, my experience, it was very toxic. I had my toxicities, but unaware of it until later on, and I started adjusting to improve.
Right.
But nothing I did was gonna
Right.
create a better environment if somebody is a narcissist.
Right.
I did
right,
what I
definitely.
did in order for me to try to improve, but nothing I did was going to remedy the situation. The only thing that could remedy the situation for me was getting away. So then I can get mentally right.
Right. Right.
That person has to do their own work.
No, I agree with you. I was just being a little sarcastic. I agree with you. Everybody has that. Like, everybody, you know what I mean? But for the most part,
I was just being honest.
it's hard to find.
I know he was.
Please elaborate, because, I mean, I have heard that some men say, well, no, there's no, maybe like Steve Harvey has said something to the nature of, where women are never really wrong. You guys, men usually have to adjust to women. You know that cliche where they say, happy wife, happy life? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. There's happy
I
individuals.
don't believe in that shit either.
Communication, open and honesty, then we can move forward into a happy life. But
I
if
feel
there's
like the
just
woman
no
need to find her
constant battle,
own happiness. She need to go find her own happiness. Because, man, trying to make a woman happy, that's difficult. You'll play yourself. And with men too.
It depends
I
on the
just said,
woman.
and with men too. Look, Danae put her hair all up like this. I said with
No.
men too. we got to find what we want to, to get.
If she's high
I
maintenance, then you
cannot-
got to
look,
live up to that expectation.
setting
But if
myself
I'm
up
low
for
maintenance,
Danae.
and the only thing that makes me
Danae.
happy is if you put on a Culture Club song for me while we riding in the car, I'm happy.
Oh Lord, look, if I try to find happiness in you, I'm going to be. Oh gosh, if I try to look for my happiness in you, I'm gonna be disappointed every goddamn time.
Man,
You
can
know
I
what?
say
I don't
something
think
about that?
that's totally true, though. I don't.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
Can I say
What's
something
up?
about that? Can I say
Yeah.
something about that? People be like, my happiness, your happiness shouldn't be rooted in me. No,
it
listen.
depends
I'm
on.
happy. I'm happy up to here.
Right.
You take me over the top. And that's
There
what
you
we
go.
live for.
There you go.
Yes.
That's what I was gonna
I
say
can
because
Yes.
sit in my room.
You are
we
gonna
need
say
to
there's
a
engage.
million things.
No, we need to engage with each other. I can be
Yeah.
like lately. I've been very happy by myself. I go and I'm entertaining myself, but it doesn't mean that I do not want somebody else there to share that joy, and then we
Two
build that joy.
happies. Two
I've been happy.
two happies make a happy, make a happier. Like
Happier.
it takes
Make a
care of
Makes
you.
you
happier.
happier. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's
So
what
if
I'm
you're
saying.
miserable looking for somebody to make you happy, that's wrong. But if you're a happy person and that person fucking puts you over the top, like you wake up next to that person and that fucking makes you smile. See what I'm saying?
Can I say?
That's-
Can I say one quick thing? I want to give you guys like. I'm just gonna put this out there. So
Okay, just don't be
real-
long-winded because we gotta wrap it
no,
up.
seriously, real quick.
Okay.
2 days ago, I've been kind of not feeling myself, like I'm whatever. I decided, you know what? I want to put on some little bit of makeup. All I got to do is run some errands. I got to go to Home Depot and I got to go to Walmart to return some stuff, right?
Right.
So my friend's like, I'll take you. I'm like, okay. So I put on a skirt. I put on a cute top. I put on high heels. Got my hair real cute. I was looking nice because I'm like, I'm going out.
Looking good, girl.
And he walks in my house and says, why you all dressed up? And I was like, I said, you can't say like you look nice. He's like, well, yeah, you look nice, but why are you dressed up? And I'm like, whatever. I ended up going into Home Depot by myself. This motherfucker sat in the car while I walked in Home Depot, looking fly like that, sat in the car. Do you mind if I wait till you're just returning something? I come back to the car after
Maybe your
returning.
eyebrows is fucked up. Why do you want to sit in the
It would have been nice. It would have been nice if you were just walked in there with me, just standing next to me, just going in there with me like that. Rude. Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah.
There's no reason why a man should send a woman into Home Depot
Rude.
by herself. I mean, it's
That's
Home
crazy.
Depot.
I
I
was
mean,
dressed up
Home
to
Depot.
the.
We gonna get him, girl. We gonna get him. I'm gonna come get you right now.
Get
You
you
gonna
in there,
get the car,
pussy.
cuz. We about to ride, cuz.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like I didn't dress up for him. I
Right.
dressed up for myself.
Why
So
that
that-
fool? Why you think he stayed in the car? What the hell?
Maybe he didn't want to deal with all the dudes trying to get at you. Maybe he ain't want
No.
want to deal with the attention.
No.
Maybe he was looking too fly and he ain't want to put himself through that.
Yeah, Danae. Look, she
But I'm saying when he walked in the door, he should have said,
Danae.
why are you dressed up like that? Why are you wearing heels for you to return something to Home Depot?
You should have told him to
Like,
get your
Don't
attention.
walk in my house like that. You should be like, wow, you look really beautiful. I would be happy to go return
That Negro got
some
insecure real,
screws
real quick.
to
man.
Home Depot with you.
Hey, he
He
got
said,
real
"Who you got?"
insecure real
He
quick,
said,
huh?
who am I taking you to see? That's what he said. Who am I taking you to go see? Kind
Hey,
of
yo,
sucker
yo,
do I
yo.
look like?
No.
Well, with that being said, man, I gotta be respectful of the time, people's
Yes.
time. Hey, we gotta run this back again though soon. You did.
Yep.
I love my little
Sounds
panel,
good.
man. We gotta run this shit back again, get some more. Hey, those were some good questions.
They were
Miss
great.
Liz, I like it, little sis. I like it, little sis. Those was good. Now, with that being said, We got a little bit time. Y'all got a couple minutes. Y'all got a little bit more time.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. Because right now I want to get into the big Twizz show. We about to play the big Twizz show. Y'all ready?
Let's play.
Okay, so I'm not calling out names. Y'all just say what y'all say. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Danny Glover or Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Okay. All right. Keith Sweat or Albie Shore?
Keith Sweat.
They both whine. Keith Sweat.
I gotta go Albie Shore.
Remember the jean jacket? The
I
outfit
gotta
with
go
the white
Albie
jean?
because he's from up top. I gotta go Albie because he's from up top.
I
Right.
love Albie Shore. Because day and night, when I think about the I'm gonna go with
I
Albie
gotta
Shore.
go
I'm
Albie
changing
Shore.
I'm changing it.
Really? Albie Shore over Keith Sweat?
Well,
Really?
Keith Sweat whines.
Making
Not
last
career-wise.
forever.
Never.
Albie Shore.
Really?
Albie Shore because that's a more. I would rather
It's
be
because you
listening
the
to
same
Albie
color
Shore
as him.
naked
Y'all
than
look
I
like
would
two
Keith Sweat
Timberlands
naked.
next to each other. You beige niggas. That's because y'all the same color, man. Ain't that a bitch?
In the color game.
Okay, next.
Okay, so Bad Boy or Death Row?
Death Row all
What's
day.
that?
All
Not even
day.
close. Not even
Bad
close.
Boy Puffy or Death Row?
Entertainment.
I'm an East Coast dude who rock with the West, bro.
Death Row, like NWA, like Tupac, like that. Ice Cube.
You getting your
Yes,
card.
yes.
I don't know.
You right there. You right there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, that like NWA,
Yeah.
but it's more like Snoop Dogg.
NWA, Snoop
Snoop
Dogg,
Dogg,
Dr. Dre.
Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre.
You know,
Yes,
okay,
that side.
gotcha.
Puffy and Biggie and now.
I like a lot of East Coast songs,
Okay,
but
all right.
I'll go with the West
Who you
Coast
going
one.
with? You
The
going
West
with
Coast.
who?
West
West
Coast.
Coast. All
Yeah,
right, all right, all right.
You know, I'm a West Coast at heart. I'm a West Coast dude at heart.
But I like some
Right.
Talib Kweli. Mm-mm.
Right?
I'm
Yeah,
still
I mean that's as East Coast as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Liz,
Yes,
you
sir.
answer this one first.
All right. What you got?
And then Danae,
Mhm.
then Turtle Gang. Liz, Silk or Mint Condition?
Mint condition.
Okay. Danae, look, she got all warm. She's like, oh, like you just had some hot chocolate.
Mint condition.
Mint Condition.
Some chocolate with some
Turtle
mint on it.
Turtle Gang, Silk or Mint Condition?
I'm gonna go mint conditions, but really neither for me. You know, I ain't
What?
I ain't listening to that
What?
shit.
Neither, yeah.
What?
I
I'm
mean-
Jodeci, bro. I'm Jodeci.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you.
Definitely.
Yes.
uh,
That would have been
But
for
those
the
are the
win
two
right there.
options, though. Those are the only two options, but Jodeci, yeah.
What?
Jodeci.
Yeah.
Okay. Turtle Gang, you answer this first. Then Danae, then Liz. Joe or Case? Ooh. Where we
Joe.
at?
Who is that?
Oh, I don't know. Case. I
Joe
don't
or
know.
Case?
Joe.
I don't know.
Case-
That's a hard one
I
right
feel
there.
like Case had a better song, but Joe had more.
More and more. You know that
Case
song?
was like hood too a little bit, you know. But that's a real hard one. You said you going with who?
Case's beat was hard though. That
Yeah,
beat was-
yeah,
That beat was
Right.
hard. So
yeah.
ah, I might.
Okay,
have to go-
Danae.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Go or Case, girl. Go or Case.
Did I cut you off, T?
I don't know who you're talking about.
You don't?
I don't know
It's
these
okay.
people.
It's
I don't know who.
okay. It's
I
A
don't
lot
know
okay.
of bedroom songs and love songs are a little bit more like hip hop.
Right.
That's Joe is more like love songs and Case is
Mhm.
like little hip hop.
More
Joe
hip
is-
hop.
Like more.
Touch me, tease me. Is it
And then what would be the other one?
More and more. It's a lot of bedroom
Yeah,
songs.
yeah. There's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Liz,
touch me.
I'm sorry, my
Tease me is
parents didn't teach
It's
me
all
about
good.
black music.
It's
I'm
all
going with
good,
Joe.
love. It's
I'm
all
going
good,
with Joe.
Danae. We love you, Danae.
I feel
Okay,
like the
so-
biggest nerd right now.
So Paul McCartney and John Lennon. How about that?
Thank you.
Okay, here we
you,
go.
right
Danae,
there.
wait a minute. Liz, who did you pick?
Joe.
Okay, Joe. Okay, I'm picking Case. No, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Joe. I'm gonna go with Joe too. I'm gonna go with Joe. Danae, I got something for you. You answer
Okay.
first, Danae. Wham or Hall of Notes? Ooh, what?
That's not fair.
Wham or Hall of Notes?
Oh.
What we got?
That's not fair.
It's not even
Danae?
close. You should not be taking this long to answer that
You
question.
I love them
Close.
both. Wham.
Which
Not even-
one?
Oh,
Wham.
She's taking a long time, son.
Wham. Wham.
yeah,
Wham.
Wham.
Wham. Because I could.
Uh,
I don't want your free.
What about that song, Sarah?
Sarah.
I love both of
And
them.
I can't go for that. Are you
I can't pick
serious?
either. I can't go for either one.
Who you
They're both-
got? Who you
Both.
got?
Both.
Who you got, Turtle Gang?
Both.
Oh, I got Hall and Oates. It's not even close.
Hall of Notes. Hall of Notes.
Not even
Hall of
close.
Notes.
70s, 90s, it's not, or 80s, it's not even close.
Man,
Okay,
Wham
well,
had-
I have all of their albums, so I can't.
Wham
I
had a
heard
dope
that.
song. They
Okay,
had good
Liz,
music.
what you got?
Hall and Oates.
I
All
don't
the
know
notes, yeah.
because I probably heard their music, but I don't know who they are. I'm like the Carpenters or Journey or the
Chicago.
Police,
Yeah.
Chicago.
Oh,
I
then
don't
if you
know
like
who
them,
they
then you
are.
like Hall and Oates.
Rio Speedwagon.
Yes.
Hall and Oates. She's gonna say Hall and Oates. If you like them, you're gonna say
Hall and Oates. Yeah, I
You
would
have
have to. I'm gonna change it to Hall and Oates.
Right.
I'll do
Only
that then,
because of
because
I like
I'ma play it for
more
you,
of their
little sis.
songs.
I'm gonna play it for you, little sis.
Yeah,
Not
play
right
something.
now,
Alright.
but I'll play it for you. Okay. DJ Quick or Dr. Dre, Liz? DJ Quick or Dr. Dre?
I will go with Dr. Dre because I've listened to Dr. Dre more than I've listened to DJ Quick.
Okay, Danae
Even though
Nay.
I've
Dr. Dre,
Right.
but not
Okay.
because of his music. Because
Huh?
I respect him as a person.
Hold on, who'd you pick?
Dr. Dre.
All right, Turtle Gang.
Dr. Dre's brand is on a whole
That's-
nother level.
Exactly.
I respect Quick though, but like Dr. Dre is on Michael Jackson level when you're talking about hip hop. He's another
He's
level.
at Michael Jackson level.
I feel like DJ Quick is on that level, man. I feel
No.
like they're neck to neck,
Mm-mm.
but I'm more of
No.
a DJ Quick beat.
Not even
type
close.
He don't have no chronic.
No.
Man, but you know, a lot of them beats on Chronic and 2001 Chronic was Hitman and other people.
Yeah,
Even Eminem.
no, I'm not
you know?
denying that.
Yeah.
No,
But
That's what I said.
Dre is a master when it comes to the sound. I got
yeah.
you.
If
Yeah.
I
we
never
get into
grew up
actual
listening to
producing-
any of that.
If we get into actual producing, I would say Quick. But when we get into the total package,
Right.
it's not close as Dre.
Yeah.
It's not close.
Okay, East Coast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it this way.
okay.
Quick is Dre brings Quick into the studio with him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I only know
Right.
one quick song.
Nah, you
Sweet
know he's got
Black
millions of them.
Love
You
it.
just don't know.
I
it.
only know one. I only know
You just don't
one.
know Nah, he's produced a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know
he's a
that.
Okay.
legend.
I got a couple more for y'all. Just a couple more.
Please throw some white people in there. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Gumbo
The
or
police?
smoked oxtails? Gumbo or smoked oxtails?
Gumbo.
Turtle Gang.
Gumbo for me.
Ew, oxtails.
Hell
I have
yeah.
to say oxtails. I don't do the gumbo.
Okay, yeah, oxtails for me too. The way I make them shits. Yes.
I don't eat anything on a bone.
Oh,
They're good, but I do
you
gumbo.
don't know what you're missing. What? Well, Liz, what do you ever had oxtails?
I've had oxtail many times. We make it in my culture in the form of a soup, and then I've had oxtail from like soul food. But I prefer gumbo when there are two options.
And what is your culture, Liz? Let everybody know what your culture is.
Ecuadorian.
Hey.
I actually met a woman last week. I had a council meeting and we spent like 3 days together. And one of my council members, his wife was from Ecuador. And so it was the first time I was actually around somebody that, but it seemed like she just came from Ecuador. Like she was Ecuadorian. Like, I don't know how long she's been up here, but nice woman. Could cook. She was cooking everything.
I see some Bob Marley in your background.
Yes, the Bob
That's
Marley
what's up.
poster.
I don't know where the hell Liz went. I know she tripping right now. Well, you know what, man.
I thought you had another one.
I was just about to tell her too. If she want to know about her culture, she need to talk to Turtle Gang, cause he all on there.
She could teach
All right,
us about the culture.
Let me see where she at. I know she's in her car. Do y'all see her?
No, it says speaker offline on my side.
Yeah,
Probably,
she offline. She would have to come back in. But we're pretty much at the end. I would have liked her to give her credentials though. I'll say what, I'll give y'all 2 more. We'll see if she comes in, and then if not, we're just gonna go ahead and end it.
I want to throw one at you.
Throw one at me, Mom.
Okay. Fatal Attraction or 50 Shades.
We talking about movies, right?
Yep. Fatal Attraction or 50 Shades.
Okay, Liz, you hear us? You see us?
No, she's not back yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you back on stage real quick. Do y'all see her?
No.
Hold on real quick, because I want to get her on here. Give me 1 second.
It's just the, I can't sing. Just the 2 of us. We can make it if we try.
Yeah, I know the words, but I can't sing it.
I cannot sing at all.
Not one of my gifts.
Not mine either. I can make people laugh though. You're adorable, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You are as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. When I was growing up, I was raised white, so my parents, I didn't get exposed to a lot of the diversity, even though my real father was black. I never grew up with it. Hi.
Hi, guys.
I'm echoing.
Thanks.
Okay, I got you back.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I got the echo. Hold on real quick. I want to.
We're all echoing.
Yeah.
I was listening to I keep on calling you Turtle Gang, but what's your name?
Norris.
Norris. Okay. There aren't a lot of Ecuadorians that I come across unless it's just my family, but I know there's festivals over here in Southern California. Now I've learned that there's like festivals in August where you can actually see a lot of more Ecuadorians, but
okay.
I don't know how many Ecuadorians are on the East Coast.
Hey, real quick. Damn, I'm gonna echo. Probably have to mute up real quick. I just wanted to say about your culture. You being from Ecuador or whatnot, Norris knows a lot about that history and about our history. Period. As being black people. Like I'm a pupil to him. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all might want to get together or whatnot, exchange information. He knows a lot about the culture. So I just wanted to say that real quick. Sorry for cutting you off, Norris. Y'all can take it off mute.
Yeah, that's how it seemed like it was some feedback.
But
Moving on. Then. What was the
huh?
next question? Next question.
Oh,
The game.
well, since I'm echoing, what was the last one we did?
I
Okay,
was
here
the
we
one
go.
that
Okay,
asked.
here we go. Huh?
I was the one that asked.
What was your question?
Oh, go
Remember,
ahead and ask
fatal
me.
attraction or 50 traits?
Go ahead and ask me. What was it?
50 Shades or Fatal Attraction?
I haven't watched
Fatal
either.
Attraction. That was a cold ass movie, yo.
I haven't watched either, so I can't select.
Get a
I
red
would say
room, girl.
I would say
What
I
did
would
you
say Fatal Attraction.
I said get a red room, girl.
A red room? What does that mean?
I don't know, but you gonna find out.
What did
It's
Doris?
red. I think what did Doris?
What did he say? What was
This
his
might not
answer?
be the show for that. I said Fatal Attraction. Classic.
That girl was
Classic.
crazy. I want
Okay,
a
I
red
got
room.
one more for you guys. Lethal Weapon or Rush Hour?
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
Norse?
Yeah. Classic go Lethal Weapon.
There would be no rush hour.
Yeah. And I can't shut James Robert Ann Price.
Well, since we echoing, I'm gonna go ahead and end it like this. I would like you guys to go down. Since we're echoing, if y'all can mute. Turtle Gang, please let everybody know how to contact you and what you got going on, because you always, man, you was in the Senate, yo. You always got some stuff going on. Please let them know, and also give a shout out to your documentary. I really 1492. Hold on, you on mute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
just
yeah,
go ahead and give your credentials when you're done.
Right.
Danae and then Liz.
Okay, so again, my name is Norris Francis Branham. I'm a council member of the Sandhill Band Lenape Cherokee. I'm also on the council for FANA, which is the Federation of Aboriginal Nations of America. We are pre-contact nations who have treaties with nations that predate the states and the federal government. So we are interacting with multiple nations. We have treaties with nations in South America as well as North America. August 18th, 19th, and 20th, we'll be having a festival in Providence, Rhode Island. That'll be celebrating a union we made with it's called the State of the African Diaspora, which is an organization from Africa that is trying to build better relationships with the nations here, primarily those of us who are obviously admixed with different African nations. We're trying to create something where we can actually do business with the nations that we are descended from. So that's something we're doing. We're also June 17th, we're speaking at the Juneteenth event in Teaneck, New Jersey. We'll be speaking at a slave and a slave and indigenous cemetery. So in terms of our activity, my tribe and the federation I'm with, we're actively engaging in educating people, creating ties with different nations, and just at this point, we are setting an example that hopefully the rest of the nations will be able to follow in, and we can get away from being dependent upon the United States of America. So you can catch me anywhere online, Turtle Gang NYC, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Turtle Gang NYC. You'll find us everywhere. And thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all. Always good to meet new people. And turn the mic over.
Thank you for blessing the platform, big brother. We love you. Turtle Gang West.
Gang West, that's right.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you. Wait, you're on mute.
We can't hear you, Tony.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Thank
I
you,
can't.
my brother. Thank you, big brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for blessing the platform. Go check out my man Norse, Norse Francis. Go check him out. Turtle Gang NYC. Danae, what's cracking? What you got to throw out there for the people?
Oh, you know what? Danae, I'm an entrepreneur, single mom of 3, just trying to make it day by day by day, by moment by moment by moment, with 2 special needs children and teenagers and all of that. So bring it.
I want to applaud you on that, on special needs children. My son has a brother who I helped raise. He was born with cerebral palsy, brain shunt. We went through a lot. He's in his 30s now, so he's But I just want to say that respect to you, because I know what it takes. It takes a lot to be able to take care of special needs children. So I just want to salute you on that. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Second that emotion. Appreciate that, Norris. Appreciate that.
That's awesome.
My girl is little sis. What's cracking? Looking and feeling like an
Ethiopian. What's up, girl? Before we move on to me, Danae didn't state where we can find you. Where can we find you?
I'm Facebook. Danae Rochelle.
Okay. Do you have an ID?
DANAE. And Rochelle. RACHELLE.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
And that's the only platform you have your items.
My hot dog business is not on posting.
All right, perfect.
But
appreciate it.
And thank you for helping co-host. Give out your credentials so everybody can get hold of you.
I'm a poet. You can follow me on IG at LGD Poet. I'm working on my first poetry book. I finally promised myself that I will have it out by the end of the end of the year. I started my own little podcast. I haven't recorded my first episode yet, but it's called Exposed into Transcendence. Soon as my first episode is recorded, I'll put it out and I'll let you guys know. And I'm just growing, enjoying life. I am a mother. My boy is 18 now. He lives with his father, so I'm just living life and growing. But follow me on those platforms if you want to. Facebook, same thing, LGD Poet.
Cool. All right, y'all. We're going to run it back. Love y'all. Appreciate everybody out there. Like and subscribe. This is episode 11. We're going to run another one back.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
All right. Peace and love. Thank you.
Yep.